Imagine if your brain had a reset button. One small button, hidden somewhere inside your mind. You press it once, and suddenly the noise stops. The overthinking gets quiet. The stress fades. The endless scrolling loses its power. And for the first time in a long time, your mind feels clear again. Sounds perfect, right? But maybe you do not actually want to reset your life. Maybe you just want to stop feeling stuck inside your own head. Because you know that feeling. You wake up and tell yourself, today will be different. Today you will study. Today you will work out. Today you will stop wasting time. But then your hand reaches for your phone. One video becomes 10. 10 minutes becomes 1 hour. And before you even realize it, the day starts slipping away. Then comes the guilt, that heavy feeling in your chest. You are not even relaxing. You are just escaping. And the worst part is, you know exactly what you should be doing. You are not confused. You are not stupid. You are not lazy. You know the plan. You know the goal. You know the person you want to become. But somehow, your brain keeps choosing the easiest reward, the fastest comfort, the quickest distraction. And after a while, you start thinking there is something wrong with you. But what if there is not? What if your brain is not broken? What if it is just overloaded? Think of your brain like a phone with too many apps open. Notifications, memories, regrets, plans, fears, a conversation you wish you handled differently, a future you are scared you will never reach. Everything is running in the background. And then you wonder why you feel tired, even when you have done almost nothing. That is why small tasks feel impossible sometimes. Not because the task is hard, but because your mind is already carrying too much. So if your brain had a reset button, what would it actually do? It would not erase your memories. It would not delete your problems. It would not turn you into a perfect person overnight. A real reset would remove the noise around your life, so you can finally see clearly again. Because most people do not fail because they lack dreams. They fail because their mind is too crowded to follow them. You do not need a new personality. You do not need to become a machine. Maybe what you need is much simpler. You need to stop feeding your brain chaos every morning, because the first thing you do after waking up matters more than you think. When you check your phone immediately, your brain enters reaction mode. Messages, comments, news, videos, other people's lives, other people's success. Before your day even begins, your mind is already full of everyone except you. And then you ask yourself why you cannot focus. But focus is not something you magically find. Focus is something you protect. So the first reset is simple. Create silence before input. Before you touch your phone, give your brain a few minutes of nothing. No videos, no messages, no noise, just you. It may feel boring at first, but boredom is not the enemy. Boredom is your brain finally breathing. And when your brain breathes, your real thoughts start coming back. The second reset is to make your first win ridiculously small. Most people try to change their life with a giant promise. From tomorrow, I will study for 5 hours. From Monday, I will become disciplined. But your brain does not trust giant promises. It trusts repeated proof. So do not start with 5 hours. Start with 5 minutes, 5 minutes of studying, 5 minutes of cleaning, 5 minutes of walking. This sounds too small, and that is exactly why it works. Because your brain does not reset through pressure. It resets through evidence. Every tiny action tells your brain, I am the kind of person who starts. And starting is more powerful than motivation. Motivation is a spark. Starting is a switch. The third reset is to change your environment before you try to change your willpower. Because willpower is weak when your environment is stronger. If your phone is next to you, your brain will look for it. If your workspace is messy, your mind will feel messy. This does not mean you are weak. It means your brain loves the easiest path. So make the good path easier. Put your phone in another room. Keep your desk clear. Open the book before you need to study. Remove one tiny obstacle. Add one tiny trigger. Your environment should whisper the right choice before your brain starts arguing. And maybe that is what a brain reset really is. Not becoming perfect. Not deleting your past. Not waking up as a completely different person. But slowly teaching your brain a new pattern. Less noise, smaller starts, better environment, and more proof that you can trust yourself again. Because that is what being stuck really steals from you. Not just time, not just energy. It steals self-trust. Every time you break a promise to yourself, a little voice appears. You will not do it anyway. You always quit. You always go back. But self-trust can be rebuilt. The same way it was broken. One small action at a time. One finished task. One honest choice. One moment where you wanted to escape, but stayed for just a little longer. You do not need to fix your whole life today. You just need to give your brain one clear signal. I am not giving up on myself. So maybe your brain does have a reset button. It is just not a button you press once. It is a button you press every morning when you choose silence instead of noise. Every afternoon when you start for 5 minutes instead of waiting for motivation. Every night when you forgive yourself but still decide to try again tomorrow. Your brain is not broken. You are not lazy. You are not hopeless. You are just overloaded. And overloaded systems do not need shame. They need a reset. So today, do not try to change your entire life. Just clear one piece of noise. Start one tiny task. Keep one small promise. That is how the reset begins.